for coming along, everybody. So I'm Paul Gormley. I'm the head of Training and Education Studies within the same centre as NULA. And I want to talk to you today about a new program, which is called Diploma in Business Change Management. Now, we've had this this particular program on a kind of a pilot phase for the last 12 months, and we had 75 of the CEOs and the directors of the ETBs around Ireland who took it for on a kind of a special engagement. So we're now ready to come to the market here. So just in terms of this is probably the most important slide of the presentation. So the diploma in change management is at a level 8 on the National Framework Qualifications. It's got 30 credits. It's part-time. It can be done within a year, and it's got 3 modules. So it's a special purpose award. Usually you would have 45 credits for a level 8. And so you can see that there are 3 modules there: self-management, strategic planning and implementation, and leading others. So I'll give the game away in terms of this slide. You'll see at the bottom here that there are 2 logos. One is called Springboard Plus, and one is called NUI Galway. And Springboard Plus is a national initiative. It's a government-funded initiative which allows us to be suppliers of particular programs. And we've secured 20 places on this program, on a technology enhanced learning program and a learning and development program, which you can apply for. I've got the information in terms of how you go through Springboard to do that. But for the first time ever, Springboard isn't just for people who are coming out of unemployment, but it's for people who are retooling and work as well. And you get a magnificent discount of 90% for your course fees if you're successful in that application. So you can go home now if you want, or you can stay and see a bit more kind of stuff there that comes in. So Bonnie, would you mind? So I just want to talk about who we are. So we're training and education, and we've got lots of partnerships with different with industry partners here. So we're very sensitive in terms of what they're looking for from us in industry, and so what they're looking for really is more thematic kind of programs rather than as well as having your traditional BAs and whatever. But these 1-year programs are what they're looking for at the moment, particularly when you've got programs that are directly transferable to industry. And we're always mindful, of course, that skills and skills gaps and competencies need to be kind of addressed. So we've folded all of these kind of the government reports and regional reports into our kind of thinking, and also to look at people who are looking to retool or in a certain situation, the same way that Nuala described, and how they want to kind of reorientate them to have these kind of, I suppose, more sort of topical themes for them to kind of progress within their careers. With that, if you come to our stand, you'll see our brochure. You can see on the right-hand side that there are 5 1-year programs that you can take with us. And so our motto is really pathways in and pathways out for us. Okay, so that's what we're about. I'm presuming that what you're about at the moment is looking to future-proof your capabilities, looking to kind of retool perhaps. But you are here doing some research, and it's very important because your next move will be the most important move that you make at this time in your career. So you need to take some time to think about this. So we're going to sort of talk about how we can kind of accommodate that and see whether we can match you with what you want to do with your own kind of lifestyle. So it's really important for us to know that as well as the work that you're doing, that you've got life commitments, that you've got families, you've got different kind of challenges, and we really respect that. We've got adult learning and professional development. It's the 50th year this year that we're celebrating, so we know a lot about what you guys are doing, and we want to match what you need. So just in terms of like the mechanics of the program, So it's going to be completed within a year. Again, it's delivered in blended learning mode. It's very doable. So you've got 3 modules. We have 1 module in the first semester, and we have 2 modules in the second semester. They take 7 to 8 weeks to complete. We don't have any written examinations in this program, nor do we have them in any of the programs that we have in the brochure that you might pick up. We want to make sure that things are relevant. So the change management cycle, I suppose, starts with the self-management module, which allows you to do psychometric testing to give you a kind of a roadmap of your leadership styles, your skills gaps, how you can kind of look at your dispositions and within various scenarios. So at the end of that module, you'll have your own roadmap, your own sort of continuing professional development roadmap. The second module is strategic planning and implementation. And what happens there is you take those skills that you got from the first module, and then you look at how to implement, whether it's a strategy, whether it's a project, whether it's a report, if you need to incorporate something like that into your workplace. So within that, you do a lot of group tasks. You look at different kind of models for agile. You'll have heard of agile project management. So we look at a lot of that in that particular module, so that you have a roadmap for your institution or your own workplace. And then finally, we look at probably the most important one, which is the leading others, which is how you can have all of these roadmaps you want, but if you don't bring your team with you, it's not going to happen. So it's generally just a change management cycle that we look at. Again, it's current, so it's a level 8 diploma, and the pathways that we have from this particular program, you can go sideways and do another level 8 in learning and development or technology enhanced learning, or indeed, if you want to, and I know I've spoken to quite a few people that I see in the room at the moment, looking at the level 9 postgraduate leadership development stuff. So again, it's about joining dots and making sure that when you're with us, you are on your own particular journey, but the pathways are there. Okay, so we really look forward to seeing you on this program. Everybody who comes on here has an opportunity to get involved with the Marshmallow Challenge. Is anybody familiar with this before? Anybody done this before? Yes, 1 or 2 people. So you get into a group, and basically you have some straws or some spaghetti, and you've got certain other kind of tools. And the whole idea around that is that you can it's whoever can build the marshmallow for 30 seconds without the whole thing falling through. Right, so we have those kind of like fun exercises for you to do, and it's all around about team building. And so it's I suppose what I want to say around this slide is when you're doing this program, we're one resource in the program. You are the main resource. Your peers, you will learn a lot from peers. So if you get something like a Harvard case study, you get into groups, it'd be really interesting for you to see how you would approach these kind of issues, and how you can kind of manage that too. So a lot of it is really around peer work and getting those networks sorted out as well. So and there's just a little bit of sample feedback that we're going through at the moment, because we're doing a kind of a programmatic review on it. So yeah, it's been very successful in that particular pilot. We're very optimistic that it will be very successful in this particular area as well, particularly as we've got the funding that can underpin it as well. So just once again there. So just to let you know, when you join the change management group, you're going to get an orientation, an online orientation in September. So it's going to be a webinar. Then you'll see that the first module is over there on the right-hand side, self-management. Please note that in the design of this program, we make sure that nothing happens in September and nothing happens in December. So you come in, you've got the space to do the first module, and then you're grounded in the program. In the second semester, module 2, strategic planning and implementation, again, it doesn't start at the start of January, it's at the end of January, and also in mid-March and April, we've got leading others. And then shortly thereafter, we look forward to seeing you with your gowns at our autumn 2020 graduation, which will go in a flash. So that's really it from me. If there's any questions, you can. Oh yeah. So here's the information around Springboard applications. So we'll be disseminating these slides shortly. So there's a Springboard course there, and there's also another one, a direct application, then straight in for NUI Galway as well. I think one more there, Bonnie. So that's what it's around. Happy to take any questions on this, and please make sure that you do take the brochures that we have, because you will need to have a bit of thinking time for your next steps, which we appreciate. So thank you very much for your attention, and I can take some questions quite quickly. Yes, sir.
I went in the prospectus. It's mostly online, and there is 3 two-day workshops.
Correct. Yeah. So I just it echoes what Nuala said before in terms, well, it doesn't actually, because Nuala was talking around something that was completely online. For all of the programs that we have in training and education, we have a formula which is we have 5 and 10 ECT modules. If it's 5 credits, there's 1 workshop associated with it. If it's a 10 credits, there's a 2-day workshop associated with it. All the rest of it happens in blended learning on our Blackboard platform. So if you do this with a particular program, you will have to come to us for 6 days over an academic year. But they're mandatory, because what we want to do is we want to make sure that you get good networking opportunities, that you can do the group work together, and that you have a foundation. So when you go away online, you will still have those kind of connections, but it's important to get that grounding done for each of those steps in a change management cycle. So that's the way we have it designed.
Not the dates, no.
I have the dates. I can ping them out to you there. Yeah. Anybody else? Okay. If you got any more, oh sorry, there you go. Thank you.
What are the criteria for successful completion of management? So out of 6 mandatory workshops,
yeah.
Is there some, I don't know,
well, yes. Well, for each module, you'll have an assignment and some continuous assessment. So I suppose what you need to do is you need to pass those particular tasks, and but that's about it. I mean, that's all you really need to do for each you need to pass in each of those modules. If you fail one of the modules, for example, there is an opportunity. There is a pathway for you to defer to the next year, or say, for example, if you get sick or something like that, we have lots of kind of fallback systems, so that you're not discriminated against because you get sick or something like that. It's that there's a second exams board where we will refer you to that as well. So it's very much about, like, this is adult learning, so it's things kick in, life things kick in, and we want to be able to accommodate that for you. So apart from spending 6 days with us in Galway, it's just really to pass the assignments that are there, and to basically, we want people who are intrinsically motivated to come onto this, particularly if you're going through the Springboard side of things, because it's an opportunity that hasn't been here before. And what we really want to do is we want people who are really, as I said, intrinsically motivated to go from A to B and do it with us. We don't want it kind of being something fleeting. We want it to be meaningful, and we want to get the best possible groups together for this change management group. Not based on ability necessarily, not based on prior knowledge, but based on where they want to go. We want people who are enthusiastic to do that. That's the main thing for us. Yes.
Just with the course material, is that all through Blackboard?
It's all, yeah.
Do you have to purchase additional books or anything like that?
We give you the books.
Okay.
Yeah. You have one book for each module, but what we do is we don't slavishly go through the book. The book is there for particular themes that we flag, and we have a lot of stuff which are kind of current reports that are out, industry kind of skills gaps and all that kind of stuff. peer-reviewed journals, and they're all there for you just to download and take. Yeah, that's just a.
Yeah, those 6 days, are they typically weekly?
Yeah, generally on Thursdays and Fridays. We don't do them at the weekend. We do them Thursday and Friday. We try and do it at the end of the week when. So you'll have the dates with you. I mean, I'll put them in as part of the dissemination here, and it's so you can schedule for those dates. Yeah. Hi.
Considering that it's a Supreme Court endorsed course, is it correct to say that it's not necessary that for successfully completing writing the assignment, whatever, one doesn't have to be at work at that time, right? So what I'm trying to ask is it are the assignments based on current experience, or would it be possible to?
So what happens? So what happens with the assignments? If you're getting some scenario that you need to do something around leadership, for example, what we encourage you to do is take the case study or whatever it might be and contextualize it to your own place of work. If you want to do that, if you want to move from one from place of work, if you want to position yourself somewhere else, use it for that. We want you to use the things generally, the theories that we want you to apply, the strategies, and contextualize those to a situation which will empower you, which will give you something worthwhile to do this assignment, rather than it being kind of, we want it to be authentic, if that answers your question. So you might have some people, for example, who are coming out of one situation, they want to go sideways or whatever. There may be somebody in a particular company where there's a particular strategy and they want to kind of lock into a part of that strategy. So you can use it in different kinds of ways. The main thing is that you follow the guidelines, and in terms of like making sure that you draw down the theories and the systems around the question or the dilemma, and that you make sure that it's kind of evidence-based. So you wouldn't say something that's very sweeping. You would kind of say, based on this model, I think that's dum. You know what I mean? So it's trying to kind of knit it all together. But the context in which you would be submitting it around is entirely up to yourself, and it's entirely up to you to decide that yourself. We don't want to like spoon feed you. We want you. This is professional development. We want you to be able to develop your profession through through what we're giving you. Yeah. Okay. Is there anybody else? No. Okay. So thanks very much, everybody. I'm on the stand up there if you want to get any more queries, and thanks very much for your attention.